Hi, my name is Randah McKinnie and I'm a Principal Product Manager here at Adobe. I work on our Adobe Connect Mobile product, and today I'm here to tell you about an exciting new release of Adobe Connect Mobile for the iOS. And in this release we've got some really exciting new features. In particular, we've made the app just beautiful on the tablet. So on the iPad you're going to find that the application is gorgeous. We've also added the ability to do two-way video, so you can broadcast video up from your device. And we've added a lot of new features for people participating in meetings from their mobile devices, and you'll find it a lot more engaging. Today I'm going to show you some of these on the iPad and on the iPhone 4, so let's take a look. So here we are in Adobe Connect Mobile for the iOS, and I'm on the iPad, and I've entered the Employee New Hire Meeting training here, and what you're seeing right now is the new overview mode in the new client for Adobe Connect Mobile. And what's great about this is that it's a significant set of new features beyond what we offered previously. In particular, we have this overview mode, and as a participant from your mobile device you now have an experience much like a desktop user in that you can see everything happening in the meeting. So I can see that Cal Varson, my instructor, is here in the camera and voice pod. He's got a still image there right now. He's going to start talking to us soon when he starts his presentation. I can see the slide in the main area, the attendee list with all the other participants, the chat pod with conversations that have taken place so far here in the meeting, as well as a note pod where he started a parking lot of student questions that have come up. Now as he gets started with his presentation, what I may wish to do is focus in on a particular area, and that would make sense. I'd zoom in on the slides. To do that I can easily just tap on the pod where I'd like to zoom in, and I can see the presentation, read the slides very well as he progresses through them. I may also prefer to watch his video feed as we're going through the presentation, so I'll switch over to that video pod, and here I can see Cal talking to the group, and it's a really nice way for me to feel like I'm right there with him. Now if I decide I'd like to watch both at once, again I can go back to that overview mode and I can see all the information at the same time. As I'm going through the presentation, I may also wish to input a question for Cal, and I could do that by switching to the chat pod. I've got a navigation panel here, which is another way I could navigate, and I've clicked on the chat button. In here I can see the questions that everyone has asked so far, and if I wish to input a question I can tap in the text input bar here and I could start to type my question and send that for the group. We also have options here for you to send private chat messages and receive private chat messages from others as well. Moving down, I also have a new ability to see the note pod. We previously didn't offer this in the mobile client. Now I can see all the detailed questions that Cal has placed in the parking lot. I can check and see whether my question that I input earlier, which he still hasn't answered, maybe has been placed in the parking lot for us to cover during the question and answer period of the meeting. And one other thing an instructor may wish to do is offer a poll during the session, and a poll provides another way to interact with your students because you can ask them a series of questions. You may have noticed that this little poll icon appeared in my navigation panel, so as the host dynamically adds new options to engage with the audience, they just appear right away on the mobile client. And here I see my poll questions. This is a multiple select question about how I get to work, and I actually take the ferry and the bus sometimes, so I'm going to select both of those, and he's displaying the information the other participants have input as well. So let's switch over to the iPhone 4 and we'll talk about some of the other new features of Adobe Connect Mobile for the iOS. Here we are on the iPhone 4 looking at Adobe Connect Mobile for the iOS. As you can see, the client's very similar on the mobile phone. We just made the form factor smaller so that it would fit on a smaller screen. You still have the overview mode where you can watch all the activities happening in the meeting, or you could also navigate to zoom in on the slideshow or other activities. Now something else we can do in this client is we have the ability to broadcast our web cameras back into the meeting. In this case, what the host has done is he's given me the rights to broadcast my camera so that I can talk to everyone in the meeting, and what you're seeing there is me speaking to the group from one of the desktop users' views. So here I am out and about on my iPhone, and I'm able to broadcast this into the meeting. Now the iPhone 4 has cameras both on the front and the back, and our client actually does recognize that And I'm going to switch to my back-facing camera, go ahead and broadcast that, and you can see here if I wanted to show people something I was looking at during the meeting, it's really easy for me to do that and still see what it is I'm showing them. So I'll switch back to my forward-facing camera and say thank you very much for looking at our new Adobe Connect Mobile client for the iOS. We hope you download it and give it a try.